Hey guys, Boomslang here. I just wanted to do a reserve money guide for new players. So I've noticed up in this tower there's like a really high chance of paracors to spawn, and those are worth 200k each, roughly, give or take. And quite a lot of the time I've ended up picking up at least 2 from this tower. So you've got the dome up there, that's RBST, you need a key to go in that building. Over that way, beyond there is the train station, and sometimes you can spawn around this kind of area. And if you come in on a scav, I literally run up here straight away and I go and check and see if they're on the floor. So we didn't get any this time, but you know, it shows that stuff does spawn here. You have got a satchel to search as well, which means, you know, you could get a nice key or some sort of rare item. You know, I've had tank batteries in those red duffels. Now I often, on a scav, will try and get an F1 grenade from here, because there has been an instance where I was on a scav, I was getting pushed by 2 dudes, I naded down here and killed one of the guys down there, and then head tapped the other guy over there and managed to get out, so always worth checking. Now this is an offline mode, so I just wanted to show you where I normally go. Now, I normally go into all the big towers, just, you know, going around the edge, leave people to do what they want to do in the middle. The big tower that we're about to see over here, just up there, that has weapon attachment spawns and possible guns from inside the weapon crate. The tower over there, you can get a paracord in the little drawer. There's like a little wooden side table, there's a small bit at the top, and you can get paracords in there. Obviously there's 3 paracord spawns which I've covered in the past, which we'll go and have another look at. You know, if you can get 1 paracord and duffel it, not duffel it, jammer it, this is the one that I always keep, it's insured. You know, if you can get that in there, that's 200k, regardless of what you brought in and whether you die. It's, you know, if you're struggling for money, you're not that great at the game yet, you don't really know the maps, but you just want to make money so that you feel more confident. If you die, you can fall back on cash to, you know, restock. Then this is a really good little run to go through. So there's a spawn here, it's not there now. You can have them spawn there, and also one on there. And then in here you can also get some stuff on the tables there. You can sometimes get loot in there, not paracords, but you know, miscellaneous stuff. Check that. That can have weapons in. You can get good attachments on here sometimes. That's a blue laser. Now people may think this is a bit scum, but I run this gas tube and the XRS U447 because I can put a foregrip on, I can put a scope on, you know, I can put a flare on here, I can put more lasers, lights, etc. There is a grenade box up there and a dead scav, but it's very risky because you open yourself up to the whole side of that map, plus any raiders that are down there. There is a weapons crate there. I did not mean to do that. Cool, I did bring an Alua splint. Don't jump off the train, it will break your legs. And in here, if I could jump in, I'd love it. You can find water filters on the floor, sometimes. And obviously there's a box there, so that's a good little money making bit as well. If you get the water filter, that's like 100 something K. Now you can jump out through there, don't know if many people know that. It's a good exit point. Most people think you come through the hole in the wall here or out the back door here. Now I'm just gonna skip. No, I won't skip, we'll just keep running. We're going to run to the other big tower. Now, I've never found a paracord in that one, so that's why I'm not really going to it, but like I said, there is weapon attachments, weapon crates, stuff like that. Now... So, you've got a couple of places up here that you could loot. Again, risky because you're exposed. But there's a weapons crate there. There's a duffel and I think a weapons crate over there. You can get meds from on here, and obviously in the med bag. And if you're a new player, meds can be more expensive or more vital than other stuff. Weapons crate there as well. Because obviously if you keep dying, and if you're running a hatchet, you're going to come out with next to no life. It's going to cost you a lot to repair if you didn't get anything. So, knowing where some meds are can also be good. And another paracord can spawn in here. It's very rare, I've not seen it too many times. I've only looted it a couple of times myself. Now, the other obvious places to go would be the school building. Which has got the tech room, people jump down from it, etc. You know, you can go in there and try your luck. Last time I went in, I got 2 graphics cards, gammed them straight away. Duffel, grenade box, knew it was something. You got another tower there. Don't recall having anything in regards to paracords. But if you have the keys, now I don't really remember which ones they are. I think it's probably these two. PSP1, PSA2. But basically if you can come down here, most people will stay up, not many people will go down. There is a chance for scavs to be down here, and obviously the scav boss to spawn. So Gluhar could be down here. So I'm running in obviously because this is offline, but take it slow before you get down here. Make sure that there's nothing down here. And then you're looking for these big crates. Obviously there could be stuff on top as well, but the big crates now, most of the time it's going to be meds, food, or miscellaneous items like this. So, you know, if you needed painkillers, there's some there. Just checking on top. Another one in here. Now you can get some really good stuff, like you can get aquamaris out of it, which are pretty decent to be honest, morphine. Another 2 here. Now meds can be quite good. If you have your hideout built up, you can trade those for stuff. Or create meds, or create grizzlies with them if you get 5 tool set. That's needed for a quest. Tape can be good in the beginning. Relays, etc. Nothing else in here. So we can unlock this one, the other one's over there. Pretty sure not that. This one? Nope. So unlock this one. And again, you want to kind of just check around, so there's a sprats on top there, nothing there. Another sprat, so this is more of a food one, if I remember. But again, if you were, you know, starving hungry in the game, a couple of cans of sprats, a herring, cigarettes if you need them for the quest. Squash juice, sugar is really good. Juice again. Another one here. I think that's an MRE or a lunchbox. Bandage, splint, TP, yeah, MRE, humpback, tuna. No, that looked like one you could search. Nothing there. Another one here. Now I don't know if this is because it's offline, but normally these have a lot better loot than what you're seeing. But again, give it a shot, you never know. If you can get down here and there's nobody down here, you're pretty much left to your own devices. And then the only danger would be coming back out to the top area, because you wouldn't know what was up there. fuel conditioner, there you go, that's a bit more like it. Gauge as well, nails, 2 packs of nails, so that chest alone would have been worth you coming down. So you could easily do that. If you were running without a paracord, you could put the 2 nails in as well. So, you know, this run would have paid for itself, basically. Now, you can check along all of these kind of work surfaces, any racks, if there's anything around. Now, I don't have the key for this one, I need to maybe invest in that, but I think that one's probably a bit more high tier. If I remember, that key was quite expensive. So that could be worth going in. And if I remember rightly, I don't think I have the key for this one either. Nope. So these could be, I think these are a lot more high tier loot. I certainly didn't invest in them yet. I probably will do very soon as I've got the money. And then after that, that's kind of it really. I'd just recommend that you give it a shot. Reserve has probably got some of the most high value loot that you can get without killing players. There's a lot of opportunity for killing the boss, the raiders. You know, the boss comes with 6 units, 2 heavies, 2 mediums, 2 scouts, and if you hit the alarm or the train comes, there's a chance of like just normal raiders spawning as you would see in labs. So, you know, there's lots to do on this map. And there's lots of variety. You can snipe long range, you can do mid range, you can do up close and personal. So the train, just in case you guys haven't done it, the train also arrives to this platform. And you would get on inside the train at this point. It would be here, you would enter, and then the train would leave at some point. You can also see it coming a long way off. And here it actually arrives. Now Gluhar normally, quite a lot of the time, is in these K buildings. So as a scav you could go up there where that dead stationary scav body is that's searchable, and you could snipe them down. You can also go inside the train station and lay down on the railing up there, and sometimes get shots on them there if they've spawned in the right place. The only thing that I haven't really covered is K buildings, because K buildings has actually got quite a lot of nice loot in it. If you take the time to look around, you can find fuels, you can find batteries, you can find all sorts in the K buildings themselves. It obviously can be quite dangerous, considering that Gluhar could be here. We've got a toolkit there. Now, this is a cheeky spot. Sometimes people ditch gear. There's also a duffel there. Sometimes people will ditch or they'll just camp here, so be careful of that spot. There's a fuel on the floor. So, you know, if you're struggling at your hideout, you need fuel, you can't afford to buy it, come and run through here. Pretty sure, if I remember rightly, you can chuck them straight in your game. Go through. So I would just always be checking all these kind of boxes, see what's laying around. There's a weapons crate there. I wouldn't head too far down that way, not because there's nothing there, just because if raiders or anything is going to be there, they'll be down that way rather than up the back. Jacket that you can search. Another hiding spot with a weapons case. People sometimes hide in here. Obviously you can ditch gear there. And if we come in here, there's a little green weapons crate. I've had flares out of that sometimes, rarely, but sometimes. Then, if I remember rightly, there should be a box or a crate down the front of this one, or the one over.